Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Stella and the group. I'm very honored that Stella has always been my colleague. She's good at saxophone, and the group, of course. Thank you so much. Honorable Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, ISO Secretary General, and your colleagues, ISO President, and President-elect, Director General of RSB, sorry about that, mixed up, Honorable Chief General Monitor of Rwanda, Your Honor, Deputy Resident Representative of UNDP, senior government officials, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to celebrate, to enjoy, but also to award and launch. In 2018, I moderated a panel discussion in one of the hotels in Kigali. They haven't paid me, so I can't name the name. what we are discussing is what is called Gender Equality Seal. And as we discussed, the discussion heated up. And what was heated up, the CEOs of companies and heads of government institutions were wondering. They had questions like, what does the gender have to do with trade? How do I eliminate gender-based pay gaps in my company? And why should I increase the number of women in decision-making organs like the boards of directors? How and why should I do that? Can work-life balance really increase productivity and financial gains? How do I communicate in a way that is more inclusive and respectful for all sexes? After that, I think in 2023-24, the Gender Seal program was able to be implemented by UNDP, Gender Monitoring Office, Private Sector Federation, UN Women, and Ministry of Gender and Family Promotion, and others. Now, as we reached last year, close to 50 companies and institutions had gold, silver, and had actually enhanced work-life balance. Women and men were working comfortably, increased number of women in decision-making positions, and this has increased by an average of 40%. The increase in the measures have prevented sexual harassment. There are so many changes that happened. There's an African proverb that says, however long the night, the dawn will break. The dawn has come. In 2023, we had an opportunity that Rwanda Standards Board signed a UN declaration on gender and standards. And 2023, we learned that actually RSB was ready to work with us. And when I say us, it's UNDP, MIGEPROF, Gender Monitoring Office, UN Women, Private Sector Federation. What happened under implementation of the Gender Seal, I've already mentioned. Honorable Minister, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, now we are here today. What are we going to discuss? We'll take close to 1 or plus minutes where we will discuss, celebrate, challenge if you want, learn, interact, network. Without reading the agenda, I guess some of you have it. Before I call the first speaker, Mr. Raymond Murenzi, the Director General of Rwanda Standards Board, to welcome you all. I am Clement Chirenga. I'll be your MC, but I'm happy to have been part of this journey at UNDP leading on Gender Equality Seal. Can you clap for him as he comes to the stage, please?
Honorable Minister of Gender and Family Promotion and the guest of honor, ISO President, ISO Secretary General, Chief Gender Monitor, Chairperson of Rwanda Private Federation, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good evening. It is with great honor to welcome you all to the event, United for Impacts, institutionalizing equality for lasting change, which aims at official launch of Gender Equality Certification Scheme and award ceremony. The government of Rwanda has embarked on a transformation journey through a national strategy for transformation, which emphasizes on social transformation. The strategy in particular has among target inclusivity by the creation of inclusive development and opportunities for the youth and women. This is in line with the global commitment to advancing gender equality and women's economic empowerment. This is outlined in the SDGs, particularly SDG 5, and highlights the needs for concrete measures that transform how institutions, businesses, and societies operate. Rwanda Standard Board joined other national standard bodies and the key stakeholders in standardization to recognize the importance of integrating gender considerations into standardization processes and services, which led to the creation of the Gender Responsive Standards Initiative. In 2020, Rwanda Standard Board joined this initiative by signing the Declaration on Gender Responsive Standards and Standard Development. In 2023, Rwanda Standard Board, in partnership with stakeholders, key stakeholders indeed, including MIJAPROF, MINICOM, MIFOTRA, GMO, UNDP, UN Women, Private Sector Federation, initiated the development of the standards for gender equality, well known as Rwanda Standards 560, published in 2023. Gender equality requirements for promotion, implementation, and accountability. This is the name of the standards. The standards provides organization with a framework to address gender inequalities by assessing the implications of policies, programs, and activities on both women and men. It promotes the integration of gender perspectives into decision-making, workplace practices, and corporate governance, ensuring that the concerns and experiences of women and men are given equal weight. The journey of standardization continued with the capacity development through trainings of organizations on the same standards, and thereafter the technical team was appointed to develop the certification scheme, which we are launching today. This scheme is a management system certification scheme, and it was developed in line with international standard requirements as per ISO IEC 17021 Part 1, conformity assessment requirements for bodies providing audit and certification of management systems. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by institutionalizing gender equality in both the public and the private sectors, the standards helps create inclusive, equitable, and supportive environments where employees can thrive. Certification against RIS 560 not only strengthens organization accountability, but also elevates Rwanda's position as a model for embedding gender equality through standardization. Today, as we launch the certification scheme, there are 25 companies that have been certified and will be granted their certification, their certificates of conformity after successfully demonstrating compliance with requirements against the same standard. 16 organizations will be granted gold, while 9 organizations will be granted silver. This milestone was attained through commendable efforts by the organizations that applied for certification, the team of consultants that supported the implementation of the standards, UNDP for provision of needed resources, Gender Monitoring Office, PSF for their resilience and the commitment throughout the journey. Certified companies are the shining stars that will enable the much needed transformation in the journey towards gender equality certification. They are the first batch, and we expect many more organizations to go through the journey of gender equality certification. This important milestone fits well in Rwanda National Strategy for Transformation, as well as in Rwanda Vision 2050. To certified organizations, congratulations, and please sustain and maintain the acquired certification. For those still in the certification process, keep the momentum and will be rewarded with certification on time after you have demonstrated compliance with standards and certification requirements. To all Rwanda Standard Board partners and stakeholders, this journey is not at the end, and therefore continued collaboration and mutual support will be paramount in sustaining the gender equality certification scheme. Our wish as Rwanda Standard Board is to have sustainable, tangible results in certified organizations through implementation of these standards. There is ongoing initiative to fast-track adoption of these standards at African continental level. I saw the Secretary General and yesterday were discussing how far these standards submitted at African level is, and also would like to request ISO to consider these standards as a new work item for the global community, as this will be a very good opportunity in line with SDG 5 and other international obligations aimed at gender equality standardization process. Rwanda Standard Board is ready to be convener for any initiative in this sector. Furthermore, RISB plan to share experience and offer conformity assessment services where there is a need in any country that would wish to embark on standardization and conformity assessment in the gender equality sector. Throughout the journey, Rwanda has acquired a considerable number of experts, trainers, consultants, and auditors that will be available for any interested party. We are committed to have the scheme accredited by the end of 2026 in order to continue building trust of certified clients. All these initiatives require resources, and there is a hope that through partnerships with national, regional, as well as international partners, the sustainability of the certification scheme will be guaranteed through public-private partnerships. Let me conclude by remembering that United for Impact, institutionalizing equality for lasting change to be a key to social transformation of our societies. I thank you all for your attention.
Thank you so much, Director General, for your wisdom. Without your committed leadership and your team, you should be clapping for them, this journey would not have been a reality. The government of Rwanda is extremely committed. The bar is set always high. One of the reasons is that we have an institution that is mandated by the Constitution to monitor all this we are doing. It's my honor now to call you Ms. Nadine Umutonigatsinzi, the Chief Gender Monitor, to come and give us opening remarks.
Honorable Minister of Gender and Family Promotion and our guest of honor, ISO President, ISO Secretary General, dear Deputy UNDP Resident Representative, dear CEO of Private Sector Federation, I think he just joined us, dear Director General of the Rwanda Standard Board, respective CEOs, esteemed guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, good evening. Thank you. It's also a great honor to speak at this event as we mark a transformative steps not only for Rwanda, but for the continent with the launch of the RS 560, our first national gender equality standard. As the institution mandated to promote gender accountability in Rwanda, the Gender Monitoring Office views this standard as a significant milestone. It provides a concrete measurable tool to track how both public and private institutions are translating gender commitments into practical and sustained results. The development of the RS 560 builds upon the foundation laid by the Gender Equality Seal Program, which has been instrumental in promoting and ensuring private sector accountability for gender equality. We extend our gratitude to UNDP, but also UN Women, for their continued support of the GS program, and to the Private Sector Federation for their partnership, which led to the certification of 30 companies only last year. The whole program certified 50 companies in public institutions. So the RS 560 now offers a more sustainable and comprehensive framework to advance gender accountability across both private and public institutions. Allow me to commend the RSB for its leadership in spearheading the development of RS 560. Our close collaboration has been instrumental in shaping a standard that is both technically robust and firmly rooted in Rwanda's national context and priorities. RSB's dedication and expertise have ensured that this standard reflects our shared vision for advancing gender equality in a meaningful and sustainable way. I would also like to extend and echo the DG RSB my sincere appreciation to the technical teams, experts, and partners who supported the institution throughout their certification journey. Your invaluable contribution have played a pivotal role in translating these standards from a visionary ambition into practical and impactful action. To the institution being certified today, I wish to remind you that certification should not be regarded as a final milestone, but rather as the beginning of a deeper journey, a recognition that should catalyze continued action, ongoing learning, and sustained internal accountability to gender equality. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, the National Gender Standard reflects Rwanda's strong leadership in advancing gender equality as a standard of practice across all sectors. It reinforces our national vision of fostering inclusive development, where gender equality supports social cohesion, economic growth, and the foundation of stable, capable families, while also shaping future generations to thrive in a more equitable society. And to conclude, looking ahead, the Gender Monitoring Office remains firmly committed to ensuring that the implementation of these standards extends beyond certification. In a continued collaboration with the Rwanda Standard Board and all relevant stakeholders, we will work to integrate these standards into national monitoring and reporting frameworks. Our shared goal is to strengthen accountability mechanisms and promote sustained institutional transformation, delivering long-term impact, not only for certified entities, but also for the men and women they serve. Let us unite in advancing gender equality as a core standard that fosters inclusive leadership and underpins our national transformation. Thank you very much. Murakoze cyane. Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause for Chief Gender Monitor. Thank you so much for your wisdom. There's an African proverb that says that the eye never forgets what the heart has seen. And the Chief Gender Monitor actually reminds us that equality is not just numbers, it is a lived reality. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, as the technical team prepares to show us only 2 minutes video that summarizes the journey taken so far, I would like to also recognize other people amidst us that we don't see or didn't talk about. Among them is the Secretary General of African Organization for Standardization, ARSO, on African level, Dr. Homogene Nsengiyumva. Welcome, sir. If I don't see you and recognize you, I need my specs. I'll come to you, but welcome. Colleagues, the video.
Across Rwanda, businesses are proving that equality isn't just an ideal, it's strategy for progress. When women and men thrive equally at work, communities and economies grow stronger. The Gender Equality Seal certification recognizes organizations that have turned commitment into action, creating workplaces where fairness, opportunity, and respect drive performance. Behind each certification is a journey, assessing gaps, putting in place or improving policies, and transforming workplaces' culture. From factories reducing gender gaps to bank promoting women in leadership, certified organizations are redefining what responsible business looks like. The Gender Seal is more than a recognition, it's a symbol of accountability and progress. To guide this transformation, Rwanda developed the Gender Equality Standard, RS 560, the first of its kind in Africa. It provides a clear, measurable framework that helps companies benchmark, improve, and sustain equality in the workplace. Today, we celebrate those who are certified for change, leading Rwanda and Africa toward workplaces where everyone belongs, committed and united for impact.
Thank you so much. I hope you learned a lot. The journey that has taken us from 2017 up to where we are, summarizing it in two minutes, is a challenge to the technical team, so bravo. Honorable Minister, colleagues, let me use this opportunity to brag about UNDP before I invite my boss. I hope this will lead to salary discussions. You know, lawyers say that he who comes to equity comes with clean hands. We couldn't go to government before we got a gold seal, so we are gold sealed. It's my pleasure, my boss, to call Nana Chimbwa, the Deputy Resident Representative of UNDP, to say what she would like to tell you. Karibu.
Good evening. Honorable Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, our guest of honor, ISO President, the ISO Secretary General, the Chief Gender Monitor, the DG of Rwanda Standards Board, please allow me stand on existing protocol. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is really a great honor for UNDP to join you here this evening for the launch and celebration of RS 560 2023, Rwanda's National Gender Equality Standard. We gather on the margins of the International Standards Organization's General Assembly as a fitting stage to demonstrate how national standards can drive global transformation. This moment really connects Rwanda's experience to the wider Gender Responsive Standards Initiative. The launch, which was launched under the leadership of ISO and ARSO, to ensure that standards worldwide respond to the needs and realities of both women and men. Tonight, we also celebrate 24 companies and 1 government institution under this new national standard. Rwanda's leadership in gender equality is recognized worldwide. Women hold 63.3% of parliamentary seats, which is the highest in the world. Gender equality is firmly anchored in Rwanda's laws, policies, and development vision. In fact, in Vision 2050, gender equality remains central to national progress. Rwanda was among the first African countries to also introduce gender-responsive budgeting and to institutionalize gender accountability frameworks across ministries, agencies, and districts. So the publication of the RS 560 in the official gazette in April 2023 marked a strategic next step in Rwanda's journey. It offers a clear and practical framework to promote, implement, and ensure accountability for gender equality in both public and private institutions. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, since 2018, UNDP has partnered with the Gender Monitoring Office, the Private Sector Federation, UN Women, and others to implement the Gender Equality Seal program, a results-based initiative that helps institutions advance gender equality in their policies, systems, and workplace culture. Building on this foundation, Rwanda took a visionary step by developing RS 560, a national standard led by the Rwanda Standards Board and supported by UNDP. Through this process, Rwanda has become the first country in Africa to institutionalize gender equality through a national standard that is both globally recognized and locally grounded. This brings us here today. This brings us here today for the 24 companies and the one public institution that have undergone the rigorous audits under RS 560, setting the stage for a new generation of organizations that embody equality as a national standard of excellence. Honorable Minister and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, standards matter. RS 560 is not just a technical document. It is a transformational tool for change. It helps institutions assess how policies, programs, and operations affect women and men. It integrates gender perspectives into decision-making and strengthens accountability. It creates an inclusive environment where everyone can thrive, and signals to investors, partners, and citizens that equality is a standard of credibility and excellence. At UNDP, this aligns with our global and regional gender equality strategy, which focuses on transforming institutions, expanding economic empowerment, and addressing gender-based violence. This also advances Rwanda's commitments to the Sustainable Development Goals, especially SDG 5, and the African Union's Agenda 2063, which both affirm that no nation can achieve sustainable development while leaving half of its people behind. Honorable Minister and distinguished guests, allow me to close with 4 key messages. First, to our certified institutions, you are pioneers. You have proven that equality can be institutionalized and measured. Your leadership sets a benchmark for Rwanda and for the whole continent of Africa. Secondly, to the private sector, gender equality is not only a right, it is smart economics and smart investment. Companies with gender-balanced teams perform better, innovate faster, and are more resilient. Equality is good business. Thirdly, to our international standards agencies, ISO and ARSO, I was happy to hear that UNDP is your best friend. We invite you to recognize and support locally developed standards like RS 560. Your endorsement and collaboration can bridge global frameworks with local innovation and help integrate gender equality as a cross-cutting principle across all ISOs and ARSO's work. Lastly, to the government and to my fellow development partners, let us build on this momentum and expand adoption of RS 560 so that Rwanda's example inspires similar initiatives across Africa and globally. Together, we can position Rwanda as a reference point for how standards can advance inclusion and accountability. The journey to gender equality is a long one, but tonight marks a historic milestone, and it shows that equality can be institutionalized. This achievement showcases Rwanda. Congratulations to all the companies and institutions recognized here tonight. Our congratulations also to the Rwanda Standard Boards, the Gender Monitoring Office, for your leadership, and our partners GIZ and USAID for your contributions. my UNDP colleagues and all the technical experts, thank you for your collaboration. We all came together to make this happen. On behalf of UNDP, I reaffirm our commitment to continue this journey with Rwanda, supporting government, private sector, and communities to make gender equality not just a goal, but a lived reality for every woman and man. Thank you very much, Marakoze Chane.
Madam Nana, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, for your wisdom and pioneering the gender equality seal that gave birth to the standard that we're using today. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the one of the main two things that we want to do tonight, to launch the scheme, I would like also to take the chance to recognize some people here amidst us. The ISO President, Dr. Cho, maybe you can wave. Yeah, you may clap, don't be shy. I also like to recognize the presence of former ISO President, Mr. Edin Njoroge, or Dr., excuse me. Amidst us is also the CEO of Private Sector Federation, who has been talked about several times, Mr. Stephen. Thank you so much. So, colleagues at the back, the way we are going to launch is very, very simple. They will project something here, and if you want to clap, that's how we are going to launch this scheme that contains tools and processes on how to implement the gender standard. I don't want to repeat RS 560 hyphen 2023 promoting. There are so many things. Colleagues, help me to project something that we are going to launch today. Is it this one? Oh, so we just clap. Very simple. Very simple. Thank you so much. So it's my honor now to welcome Mr. Sergio Mojico. I hope I spell your name very well, sir. He's the Secretary General. As he moves here, I would like to say things about him. The Secretary General of the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, who ensures that 165, if I'm not mistaken, standard bodies support global trade, drive inclusive and equitable economic growth, advance innovation, and promote health and safety to achieve a sustainable future. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Minister, ISO President and past President, my colleague and friend and brother, ISO Secretary General, the Rwanda Standards Board, partner organizations, UNDP, and I will explain why I said you are our best friend, UN Women, PSF leadership, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends, good evening. I want to thank you for this invitation to celebrate together the launch of the certification scheme on this RS 560-2023 gender equality standard. This has a significant impact, and let me explain why this matters. Number one, because gender equality is at the heart of the ISO strategy. ISO strategy establishes a vision which doesn't say anything about technical requirements or specification. We don't even name standards in our vision. It's all about people. We believe that through standards, we can make people's life easier, safer, and better. So we align ourselves with the Sustainable Development Goals. And as you all know very well, SDG 5 is about gender equality and, very important word, empowerment of women and girls. So we have created a whole infrastructure to deliver on this strategy. We have a goal, a strategic goal number 3, on all voices heard. Why is this? Because an essential element of our value proposition as an international organization is that we need to provide globally relevant solutions for global challenges. And this brings me to what a standard is. First of all, a standard is expert knowledge. That means that we bring together on the same table the best minds of the planet, appointed by you, by the members. You all have the opportunity to participate in a standard development process, to be a standard maker through RSB in your country. Imagine those best minds thinking, what is the best way? What's the best way to create a product, provide a service, or conduct a process? That means that we need to ensure that we have the right people on our table, the right people on our table. The second key element is about the set of principles or values we believe in. And trust me, it would be very easy to give you a new standard. If I work in my office in Geneva, I bring 3-4 experts, and I give you a new standard in 3 weeks. It doesn't work like that. That is not what we believe in. We create a standard by working by consensus. We do not impose things. We bring together our different interests, our different priorities, and we come to a consensus. We work in a transparent manner and in a very inclusive manner. We bring to the table even those who disagree with us. And we also enable participation from developing countries. It's not about opening doors only. It's about enabling that participation. So that brings me to the gender-responsive standard. How do we make it sure that in our table we have the right representation, and as was said before, women need to be at the table. Now I'll explain why UNDP is our best friend. Being the SDGs at the heart of the ISO strategy, we join forces with you to co-create. This is something we really do. To co-create a standard to support the implementation of the SDGs at all levels, big corporations, SMEs, developed countries, developing countries. And we, for the very first time, will have this dual logo, ISO and UNDP, to support the implementation of the SDGs. I think that is very significant, including SDG 5, of course. So what is it what we're trying to do? What is this journey? First, a fight for visibility. And let me explain. It's not too many years ago when at the ISO General Assembly we were discussing whether or not gender equality should be a topic in standardization. People can say this is about expert knowledge. Who cares if it is woman or man or what? So we realized that it was essential to give visibility and to actively promote gender equality in our organization. That was step number 1. But step number 2 is to move from standards that are gender neutral to gender responsive standards. There is a huge difference. Our standard needs to be able to take into account the difference, the positive difference between men and women. My wife keeps complaining to me that when she put the seatbelt, it goes right to the neck. You need to do a better job, she tells me. And those are essential things for us to be more effective as an organization, to be able to create those gender responsive, not neutral, responsive standards. That was point number 1. Second element of this journey is to create a baseline. If you don't know what is the gender representation in our technical communities, we cannot progress. And we did a very detailed survey, and we found that in our technical committees, we have only 25% of women participate creating standards, and that is not good enough. But at least we have now that baseline, and we can track progress, and we are actively working on the improvement on those numbers. And number three, we need to be able to create concrete tools to support our technical committees, so when they create standards with the best of the intentions, they do not neglect the gender dimension. That is very, very important. And it's in that context that we celebrate the standard on gender equality created here in Rwanda. Good tools means nothing without leadership. And this is what RSB is providing here, incredible leadership. Through this ISO gender champion that you have proposed in new standards to be elevated at the international level. Through your participation in the ISO-IEC Gender Advisory Group to support our technical boards. Through your participation in UNECE Working Party 6. And also through this certification scheme. Why this matter? Because we need to create trust. It costs nothing to say, in my organization, we are gender responsive. We need to avoid what happens all the time in the sustainability or in the climate change, where there is greenwashing. We cannot afford having gender equality washing. That's why it's so important that you are providing this certification scheme. So, true leadership, number one. Number two, capacity to create meaningful partnerships. And I really recognize that you are working together with the other agencies of the government, with international organizations such as UNDP and UN Women, and with the private sector. This is about combining our talents and leading to create meaningful change. In closing, I want to connect what you are doing here with the overall theme of the ISO annual meeting, United for Impact. We combine our talents, we create meaningful change, we create impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, after hearing a man who makes sure that standard bodies are also standardized, now we have arrived at the main event of the day. We are going to award 24 companies, one government institution with gold and silver. 9 companies will go home with silver, which is not very, very simple. And then the rest 16 will go home with gold. Just a little bit of how it works is that we hired 4 consultants. Where are they? 4 consultants. Donna Kamashaz, where are you? I think people need to see you. Because as they say, these are just not normal consultants. They've been part of the process ever since. Not here, you lose the chance. Edward Gatwaza? No. But you may clap even if they are not here. Agnes? No, she's not here. Oh my God. Okay, so they conducted a thorough gender audit, and what came out is what I told you. And if you get to gold, you must have achieved between 90 and 100% of the score. It's so cumbersome. And between 75 and 89, you get silver. And below, you get bronze if you score 60 to 74%. And 59 and below, we keep on talking to you until you reach a point where you can get what you need to get. So I'll ask the DJ, the way we're going to do it, to put in very nice music as I call here a group of dignitaries to help us award the following companies. But before I say that, okay, let me say the following. So the following group, we are starting with silver, if you don't mind, and the following dignitaries should come here in front. The Director General of Rwanda Standards Board, please come back here. You're very welcome. ISO President, sir, you may join us. PSF CEO, and the GIZ Country Director. We didn't recognize you. Now it's a chance to actually to be seen. So please come here as the following companies are celebrated to get silver, as you also clap for them. So, my colleagues, protocol, please prepare the crystals and certificates. I'll mention them, and then I'll call one by one, and they follow. The following. First, Marriott Hotel Kigali. Congratulations. Second, I think it's a sister hotel, 4 points by Marriott. The third, Sofa Light. Congratulations. Ichirezi Natural Products. Stand on the side further, they will confuse you with the means to being a resource. St. Joseph Design. Jamia Investments Limited. Wolfram Mining and Processing Limited. Congratulations. Inwood Limited. And this one is in French, so I must prepare my tongue very well. Aubin in English. Aubin Produce. Congratulations. So these companies received silver. They worked hard. And as I told you, they scored between 75 and 89. When you were students, I don't think many of you scored this. So be careful when you judge them. So what we're going to do, we start one by one. So hand over the first awardee. This one goes to Marriott Hotel, please. Marriott. Marriott Hotel. So please come. You have to join the dignitary, not only to join the day. These are big people, I guess. I don't want to lose them. Congratulations, guys. Clap for them. Marriott Hotel. Thank you so much. Congratulations. 4 points by Marriott. Very good. Congratulations, 4 points by Marriott. Take pictures. Feel free to smile if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Sofa Light. Sofa Light. I have a very good team of dignitaries here. They don't know what to do, the way they are rotating. Huh? Congratulations, Sofa Light. I'll not advertise what they do. They have a chance to talk to the media and tell them what they do. Next, Ichirezi Natural Products. Congratulations. St. Joseph Design should prepare to join the St. Joseph. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And then Jania Investments Limited. Congratulations. So much, congratulations. Next, Wolfram Mining and Processing Limited. I just want to inform you that some of these companies have been certified before under Gender Seal. Now they get the standard. Shows consistency and commitment. Congratulations, Wolfram Mining and Processing Limited. Second one, Inwood Limited. Congratulations, Inwood Limited. The last one, not least, Aubin or been produced? Thank you so much. I would like to suggest that those that have been awarded, you stay there for another round of photograph opportunity. So stay there, please, don't move. Thank you so much, congratulations. So I would like to ask you, as they clap for you, to take your seats. Maybe I'll need you some more time. I'll call you again, but in the meantime. So the second group is gold. Gold is so far the highest here. So I'd like to call the following. Chief Gender Monitor, please come to the... I'd like to call UNDP Deputy Resident Representative. I'd like to call ISO Secretary General. I was looking for you, now I got you. Please come in front. As the following companies join us as you clap for them. The first one is Bank of Kigali. Congratulations. Joined by Meta Tea Company. Please welcome Nyabihu Tea Company. There's something with tea. Yeah. Then I&M Bank. Oh, the banking. When we talk about the money, I know what you... Oh, I&M Bank. Congratulations. Another tea comes. Sakura Tea Company. By the way, most of the impact on the ground working with the women who plant tea comes from the tea companies. Another tea company, Wutsiro Tea Company, congratulations. All the way from Wutsiro and Divine Garments. Some companies next is clear what they do. And Gatare Tea Company, there are so many tea companies. Good, okay, just you can, yeah, okay, be in front. So I would like to start, oh, please. We start with how they are lined up as they award, yeah, Becca, please. Bank of Kigali. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, like the Oscars, yeah. You can say it loud. Yeah, in front of Silver. Somewhere in front there. Meta Tea Company. You saw how we are doing it. Meta Tea Company. Meta Tea, are they here? Is it you? You're not happy? No, you are happy. Cool, huh? Congratulations, Meta Tea Company. Nyabihu Tea Company. Graduation I&M, okay. Okay. I&M, please, sorry. I&M, please. Sorry, I was reading something. I&M, congratulations. Big monies. Congratulations. The whole team. The money guys and ladies. Congratulations. I&M. The Sakura Tea Company. Congratulations. Congratulations. Let's go to photo. Smile. And then Wutsiro Tea Company. Congratulations. Wutsiro Tea Company near Lake Kivu, somewhere there in the mountains, but it's very good tea. Congratulations. Back to the camera. And then Divine Garments. guess what you do is very clear, very obvious, and we can see that you're very smart. I hope you make stuff for your own self. Congratulations. And then Gatare Tea Company, congratulations. So you line up on the side of your friends. Congratulations. Gatare Tea Company, a lot of tea. You may smile, sir. You like your tea? Good. You may take your seats, please. In the meantime, if we need you, but congratulations. Thank you so much. Now, the following dignitaries are called the front. This is, well, I can't say the last group. I don't know if it's the last or first. You know, we came from silver, then gold, and gold. This is going to be awarded by the VVIP as the Peace Celebrate. So I would like to call Honorable Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, Madame Console, please come to the front. You're also our guest of honor. And ISO President, please come back if you don't mind. This is what being a president means. I'm also president of UN Staff Associations in Rwanda, so I know how presidents, it's tough job. Hey, staff, we presidents have suffered. And then DG RSB, please come back. It's your job, you know. You brought us here. And then I call the following as you clap for them. These are companies and one government institution. Let me start with a government institution. Something to do with the regulation of financial sector. National Bank of Rwanda. Congratulations. Congratulations. National Bank of Rwanda, BNR with gold. Serious. Equity Bank, I see Mr. Namara. Please come to the front. Congratulations, Equity Bank. Oh, these are banks. Development Bank of Rwanda. BRD en français. Congratulations. Another tea company comes back. Sorwa Tea Company. Congratulations. So the company we've dated for long, and finally the marriage is consummated. Zipline. This is so special. This is so special. Zipline, I think this is a special category. And then we have Ufako Garments Limited. Congratulations. And then one in a few media, the New Times. I'm telling you, we've just certified the New Times recently under gender equality. So they said, no, the new standard is coming, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Congratulations, the New Times. I hope we'll have a very good coverage. No, it's not corruption. Do we like it? Another tea company, Rubaya Tea Company. Congratulations, colleagues. Colleagues, please start with BNR, the National Bank of Rwanda, to be awarded. I would like Honorable Minister to help us award. Can the visitors come closer? Because we don't want to mix the students and teachers. Congratulations, National Bank of Rwanda. Thank you so much. Congratulations. The next Equity Bank. Please get closer. Congratulations, Equity Bank, it's all the money. You know, I don't know what's something with the bank. They come with a whole entourage, huh? Yeah, the big monies again, Equity Bank. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Development Bank of Rwanda. Development Bank of Rwanda, congratulations. Smile to the camera. You'll see your colleague later. Look at the camera, please. Very good. Very, very important. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Zipline, the drone. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Zipline, and then Ufako Garments. to look at them. You might want to network with them to get kitenge. Am I advertising? No. Okay, congratulations, Ufako Games, the New Times. Please join your colleagues there. The New Times, congratulations. Your team. The New Times, congratulations. And then lastly, Gubaya Tea Company. I'm reminded, because of excitement I hear, I forgot 2 companies. If you can raise your hand and say who you are, but we have to start here. Gubaya Tea Company, yeah, okay. Yeah, this hand. Mixed up a bit. It's not easy to do all this without mixing them up. So I guess, okay. Who is that? Ufako? Yeah, they are here. Ufako? So when we are still students and the teacher calls you in the class, those who got 60 and below, see me in my office. So protocol, see me later. There's something here, but it's not too much. They've been working hard, you know. ISO is a big thing, the general meeting, and then this side, it's not even a side meeting, it's a whole. You didn't mention Sorgwate. Sorgwate, did I mention you? Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, apologies. Sorgwate, I know that you've been, and you're coming for the second time, so apologies, really. Apologies. It hasn't been easy, but congratulations. Congratulations. So as they take the opportunity to take more photos, this is a moment to pose for a photograph. We will be joined by all those dignitaries that have been awarding. So please come to the front here. Protocol, please help me. In front, the bosses in front. Gold, silver. Yeah. Yes, and this front desk, please. The Secretary General of ARSO, I can see you. ARSO. If you are called the chief, the deputy chief general monitor, you must be there, you're a chief. Our colleague Eme from UNDP Regional Service Center will recognize you. Please, you may join for a photo opportunity. I'm trying to see you. The protocol is helping me to fish you out. Mr. Njoroge, don't hide your face. I saw you. Please come in front if you don't mind. If I forgot anyone, excuse me, but I saw a representative of UN Women, Jean de Dieu. Don't feel shy. Please, you've been part of the journey. Protocol, please help me. Of course, I have to join. I've been talking a lot. Yeah, so after here, Stella and the band should be ready to play some music. We forgot HPA. Where's HPA? I think the country director represents, oh, sorry, sir. HPA. They've been instrumental working with the GIZ to mentor, especially SMEs, to be part of the process. Congratulations. If I've forgotten one. Do we have all the chief gender monitor deputies? Oh, she's here. Okay, thank you. You may smile if you don't mind. Deja of Rika, I'm told. I'm sorry, DJ Rika, please. If you are a DJ, just come here. If you are not, tomorrow. Stella and the band, please. No, you don't have to wait for the photos because it's music and photos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. One song. think most of you have seen for the first time a woman who plays this instrument. Really, if you don't clap for her, I will ask you again. So this is a moment. We are only remaining with only 4 or 3 things. I would like to call Mr. Namara, the CEO of Equity Bank, to speak on behalf of those companies and institutions that have just been awarded. Only a few minutes, and then we have the guest of honor, and then we'll have a media engagement here. They know who to interview, and then we'll have a cocktail in a place I'll tell you very soon. I think it's called Concasi. The protocol is here. Sir.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Honorable Minister for Gender, Chief Gender Monitor Office, my sister, the UN fraternity that are here in the room, UNDP, UN Women, I recognize you. President, Secretary General of ISO, captains of industry, CEOs who are in the room, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, because I realize there's a lot of dignitaries in the room. I may make mistakes, so all protocols observed. Good evening. It gives me an immense pleasure to stand before you at this landmark moment, the launch of RS 560 2023 Gender Seal Certification and Award Ceremony. As I stand here, I represent my colleagues, the ones that have been certified and have been awarded, to say thank you. Thank you, all of you, for taking us through the journey. I, on a day-to-day, work for Equity Bank as the managing director, and I love to share what we've done. And I know most of the colleagues have done so. As I share the Equity example, I'm aware that everybody across all the industries that have been certified today have gone through the same. At Equity Bank, it's an honor to receive this gold level certification. This achievement reflects years of deliberate effort, introspection, and transformation. It is the result of our collective belief that gender equality is not a side initiative, rather central to the mission, values, and the future of our organizations. The RS 560 2023 standard, developed by the Rwanda Standards Board, is a pioneering framework that sets rigorous requirements for promotion, implementing, and accounting for gender equality. Rwanda's leadership in this space places us among a select group of nations globally, and we are proud to be part of this movement that is reshaping institutions from within. As we take concrete steps at Equity Bank, we have gone from appointing gender equality committees, conducting self-assessments, and closing gaps identified, to embedding inclusive practices in recruitment, leadership development, and the workplace culture. These are not just policies, they are promises. They are promises to our staff, to our customers, and to the communities that we serve, as we continue to champion fairness, dignity, and opportunity for all. Let me be clear. Gender equality is not about favoring one group over the other. It is about unlocking full potential for individuals regardless of their gender. It is about creating environments where talent thrives, where innovation is fueled by diversity, and where leadership reflects the richness of our society. As we celebrate this milestone, let us recommit. Let us recommit to being bold, in our actions, transparent in our progress, and relentless in the pursuit of equality. Let us support Rwanda to be an example that others look unto, not just on the continent, but beyond. I am confident that together we will change the space that we are in. Gender equality is for generations of today, generations of tomorrow, and the future ahead of us looks pretty sure that we will achieve the intended objective. We are not just changing policies, we are changing mindsets. And as we institutionalize equality for lasting impact. With that said, I'd like to say thank you once again for the certification. Those that took us through the journey, we can't thank you enough. Banks are known to have money. We don't give money, but for those who need loans, please come to us. We are now certified. Have a good evening.
This gentleman is very, microphone. This gentleman is very smart. There's my favorite proverb in Kinyarwanda that says, that if you dance well at your in-laws, you are indirectly paying the bride price. I'm not supporting it, but yeah, that's what he did. So, ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, minister, dignitaries, before we call the guest of honor to close this, I would like to call the following people behind all this as you clap for them. You may stand, you may not come here, but at least we want to recognize the joint team, Rwanda Standards Board, where you are. Please raise your hand or stand up. Some are behind. Please stand up. Please stand up. Stand up. RSB team. Thank you so much. UNDP. I'm here, of course. And, oh, hey, they are there. Gender Monitoring Office. I can see you, Mr. Fourier. PSF. UN Women, he's there. ISO team at the back. The companies that helped us to do this, I'll not mention them, but they are companies that had to do this. So thank you so much. All this that went well was because of them. And the mishaps here was because of me. So that's how it is. I'll also inform you, sorry, I didn't say this from the beginning, but I wanted to tell you that colleagues around the world are watching this, and they are so excited and happy. Though she didn't tell me to say this, but UNDP resident representative, Dr. Giramata, says, wow, colleagues, congratulations, I'm proud of you. All of you here, so she's very proud. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I'll not say so many things. I would like to take this opportunity to call Madam Minister of Gender and Family Promotion to come and close this and inform you that after her speech, those who have been selected by media will come here for a media engagement and will head on for a cocktail. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Thank you, moderator. Dear President of ISO, Secretary General of ISO, dear Deputy UN representative, UNDP resident representative, dear CGM, Director General of Rwanda Standards Boards, CEOs, respective heads of private companies, distinguished guests, good evening. Today marks another proud moment in Rwanda's remarkable journey toward inclusive and transformative development. The launch of RIS 560, our first ever national gender equality standard and the first in Africa, is not just a milestone, it is a national commitment. It is a living testimony of how policy, practice, and partnership can work together to accelerate and sustain the achievements made in gender equality as guided by the National Strategy for Transformation, NST2, which positions gender equality as a cross-cutting enabler of inclusive growth. This standard translates our shared aspiration into measurable and accountable actions, ensuring that gender equality moves from policy to practice, from commitment to implementation within every institution, both public and private. As we celebrate 30 years since Rwanda's adoption of Beijing Declaration Platform for Action, we stand proud as a nation that translates that vision into tangible progress, from policy reforms to institutional transformation. To the companies and the government institutions awarded today, once again, congratulations. You have set a precedent for private and public sector role in advancing gender-responsive governance. Your leadership proves that gender equality is not only a symbolic gesture, but a strategic choice that drives performance, innovation, and social cohesion. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the government of Rwanda, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the ISO leadership and the international standardization community for their support in Rwanda's transformative journey. Together, we are establishing a global benchmark for gender-responsive standards that empower societies and drive sustainable development. I have confidence in you, and I wish that you will support us in pushing this standard to the continental and the global level. As we conclude, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to continue working hand in hand, public institutions, private sector, civil society, and development partners to ensure that the RIS 560 becomes a living example of transformation in action. Let us continue to foster partnerships, share good practices, and uphold accountability to make gender equality a norm across all sectors. Together, we move forward with Rwanda's spirit of unity, dignity, and hard work to shape a future where equality is not an aspiration, but a living reality for all. I thank you for your kind attention. Murakoze, umugoroba mwiza.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. This is not anything to do with the speech, but quick announcement. So we would like to invite you for a cocktail. You'll be guided by the protocol. If you don't mind, you may stand up and then call the following people to come for media engagement: Director General for RSB, Chief Gender Monitor, CEO UFACO, Director HPA, and UNDP Deputy Resident Representative. The rest, we may excuse you as you enjoy your cocktail, and the music will continue to be played as you enjoy your cocktail. Thank you so much. I guess we'll do it here, the media engagement, right? So we invite all of those names that we